Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And we are at work, and as you guys know, there's some certain stuff that you can kind of train. And this is going to be, someone in my life said they wanted me to do teach my dog something. Now this is something I started possibly before I decided to become a dog handler. And basically what it was is I just decided to teach my dog something, whether that was to tug, whether that was to throw a ball and get him to leave it and wait until I could tell him he could go get it. And someone said they wanted me to do teach my dog something, so I'm going to teach my dog something, and this is going to be a speak on command. Now, as my dog is at a standard, I can get my dog to speak on command, but what is that command? Now, I obviously have the speak, so if I ask him to speak, I can get him to bark. If I say watch him, I can get him to bark. But maybe there's times when you're somewhere, and this is not something that's going to be in your NASDO. It may be something that you never use, but maybe it's something that you might find handy at some other point. I'm going to do two of them today. One I've part trained, and one I haven't tried before. And the first one is going to be a very low level whistle, and it's going to be with a dog by my side, and it's going to be a low level whistle, and that whistle is going to be for him to start barking. Now the reason that I would maybe use that is if I was somewhere, and you have to be careful of the Dangerous Dogs Act, but if I was somewhere and someone started to approach, instead of me making a big scene and getting the dog to bark, I could just do this small little whistle that will make the dog bark, that will possibly stop that person where they are. And the last one is just going to be a little flick on the lead. Now I haven't trained this one. It's going to be a little flick on the lead, and a lot of this is that from a distance you won't know that I'm doing it, but I will be communicating with my dog and doing a speak on command. So this is like an alternative speak on command, but it's something from distance you won't realise that I'm doing it, but I am. It's just much better than maybe shouting and things like that, and different things like that. Like I say, this is not something that you're going to be taught in your NASDO. You have to be careful of the Dangerous Dogs Act, but this is just something that I'm going to train. I may never use it, but I may use it. Now, whilst I'm training this, it's going to be important for me to tell you guys that I don't have a person standing in front of me. So when I ask the dog to speak or I ask the dog to bark, I know that he's going to look to me to ask why I'm asking him to bark. So I haven't really got something for him to bark at. So whilst we're training, I'm not too worried about if he turns around and starts barking at me, because that's going to be him communicating to me that he can't see what he's meant to be looking at. And it's going to be, the way in which I'm going to train it is the same way I'll do speak on command. So I'll do the noise until he barks, and then I'll reward the bark. Therefore, the next time when I do that noise, or if I flick the lead, hopefully that will happen. So like I say, I'm going to set up here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the silent little whistle, and maybe that will give you an idea to why I would use it, because it's just something, a little communication between me and the dog. The little whistle is going to be the command. Easy. Speak. Good. Sit. Nope. Go. Go. Good. Sit. Speak. Speak. Good. Speak. Good. Sit. Good. Yes. Oh. Good. Good. Sit. Good. Good. Hey. Good. Go on in. Yes. Good. Apologies, I think there was a badger or a fox or something natural. Yep. Good. 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 Sit. Good. Good. Yes. Sit. Good. Okay, right, that there you then. In your pot. No, not that one. In that one. Good lad. So as you can tell with that, there you can obviously see the parts that I've already part trained, and you can see the parts that are fresh. So the lead tapping with the dog, he doesn't quite understand that yet. He's getting there. So a little bit of time when I lift his collar up and he barks and I'll give him the treat, that's him starting to get it. There was a few times there where he started to get it, but you can tell with the low level whistle, you can tell that he knows that, because you see the first thing he does is he looks to me to say what's going on. So there's something that you may want to teach your dog, so teaching that. Now I will have to continue that for more time, more days, and do this over a certain period of time before he gets to the point where the low level whistle is. But that's something that's like the learning part of it, and you can see the different ways in which I was doing it. So I'd continuously do it until maybe he barks, or I would sit him in front of me and I would lift the lead up to make the collar go up his neck and say speak at the same time. Therefore, when he would bark, and then I would reward that. And I'm trying to just get the collar lifting up and down on his neck as a sign. Now, obviously, like I say, with this, I don't know whether you'll ever use it. It's just something fun and it's something different for a speak on command. Now, with NASDO, a speak on is speak on command, but it doesn't say what that command has to be. So if you want to use speak, you can use speak. If you want to use watch him, you can use watch him. Everything with your NASDO, it doesn't have to be exactly by the book, because people speak different languages, people speak different ways. So when it says speak on command, your command can be a low level whistle. If that's what makes the dog speak, then that's what it is. Now, ideally you may want to use speak, I get that, but it is speak on command. So just because the command is speak, it doesn't mean it has to be used that way. And like I say, there may be times where you don't want to make you want to make the dog bark. Obviously that is not too much confrontational bark, that's just a bit of noise. But maybe there are times where you might want to do that without making a big scene or whatever it is. And like I say, that's just something cool to try and do. So that was me teaching my dog something. That is the early parts. Like I say, this is going to have to be done over days, maybe over weeks, before the dog gets to the same point to where the low level whistle is. If you like this video, make sure we give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below for loads more videos. And as for now, I'll see you again next week. Cheers for watching. See you later.